That is true. That is true.
Example, if 40,000 people converted to Islam, then 200,000 people left Islam. And that's a Pew survey from 2017 in Europe. Imagine how bad it is going to be now. It reminds me of an interesting quote from MARYAM NAMAZIE, who said that social media is doing to Islam what printing press did to Christianity.
All right.
I was with you right up until that. Harris. You could have said other things about Christianity declining in certain areas, but the printing press. So 1436 AP. You heard it from Harris. 1436, Christianity collapsed because people started printing Bibles.
That is something that I expect MARYAM NAMAZIE to say, who I'm totally not a fan of. It's not good that Harris Sultan repeats it, but yeah. I have a similar internal reaction, and I knew immediately that they lost you here.
Yeah. So, yeah, guys, there are areas where Christianity has declined and so on. Most of that is pretty recent and not in 1436. Christianity was pretty booming for a long, long time.
Maybe ask MARYAM NAMAZIE why the printing press happened.
Yeah, and when those darn Christians started printing stuff on their dang printing press, that was the end of Christianity. And now we're seeing the same thing in Islam, where as soon as social media started, Islam started collapsing, like within 2 decades.
Yeah. That's a myth. For those who still hold on to that, that is a myth. That it's the printing press didn't bring about the decline of Christianity or anything like that. That's not what happened.
Yeah.
And I say this as an atheist.
He says it as an atheist, but this is what I was talking about. So we were just talking about that. We're just talking about that dude, and we're like, oh, but he's saying something. The guy is saying he got some information about MBS and being an ex-Muslim, but the position he said the guy was that MBS was communicating to Western leaders is exactly what you would expect from an ex-Muslim. I mean, it's a completely realistic picture of what an ex-Muslim would be saying. And I pointed out, it's not some wild caricature. But then you got Harris, and he's given like a caricature of what he thinks happened, like a spouting atheist myth. So we still love you, Harris, but you got some work to do.
Inshallah.
Got some work to do.
Unfortunately, printing press could not damage Islam the way it damaged Christianity, because
1436, the end of Christianity began.
First of all, the